All right, all right. What's up, man?
What's going on,
What's going on, brother?
Doing all right,
This number two.
All right, cool.
This is number two. And first off, we want to give a shout out to everybody who joined in to watch this other episode that we shooting today. It's gonna be another hot one. It's gonna be another exciting one. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about some things and enlighten y'all on a lot of stuff. But before we get started, I want to take the time out to just say that our thoughts and our prayers are with everybody who is going through this trying time right now. We just encourage everybody to just stay motivated, to stay encouraged, and just know that we are praying for you guys, and we're gonna get through this thing together. It's a very scary time. It's a very trying time, and I know a lot of people are going through it. So we just ask you guys to just stay encouraged, keep your head up, and before it's all said and done, we're gonna be right back where we were, if not better. With that being said, I want to introduce my brother, my partner. You know what I mean, Dr. Tao. Hey, we created some waves on the first one, bro. Where we at? Well, almost 700 views right now.
Already, yeah, almost.
Just about 700 views in what? About 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Now, to some that might not sound like it's a lot, but for us, we ain't never done anything like that. That's a milestone. Okay. So y'all just keep rocking with us. You know, we still learning this whole YouTube thing, this whole podcast thing. So just be patient. We got a lot of footage, a lot of stuff to cover. Me and him, we sit here and talk about all kinds of stuff that we want to do for the show. So we got some hot stuff, and as we learn and get better with editing and everything like that, we got some hot stuff for y'all. But I'm back in Augusta, Georgia, and as soon as I got here, I had to come and holler at my brother so we can bring y'all another episode on 18 TV. I've been watching some of the videos that you have put out. Let people know what the name of your channel, so they can go and subscribe. Please subscribe, like, share, leave comments, and let the brother know how you feel, what you're thinking about. Like I said on the first episode, we trying to ruffle some feathers. We're trying to get people talking about what's going on and how we can better ourselves as a people. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to what Dr. Ty was talking about. But go ahead and drop your YouTube channel for him right quick, or anything, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. So I just not got an Instagram not too long ago, but YouTube channel is my name, which is Tao, Tau, Kamisi, Khamisi.
Yeah, I'm about to say, go ahead and spell it for him, cause.
And then last name Mkweli, which is MKWELI.
Dr. Tao.
If you type in Dr. Tao, it should pop up on there.
You'll
see some videos.
A PhD just to spell.
Yeah, I know, right? Instagram is, I'm not sure to say. I guess Tao Kamisi is on there. And then Facebook is also Tao Kamisi. But if you go to YouTube and type in Dr. Tao, you should see the content on there. It's spelled T-A-U.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, talk to me about the giddy that you got on, bro. What we got going on here, man?
Yeah, this is the outfit from West Africa.
From West Africa?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I try to represent every once in a while.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I like that.
You know what I mean? I switch it up. I switch it up. But,
where can I go to get me one? It don't help that I look like I'm straight from over there, so I know when I put that on, I'm gonna fit right in.
You're gonna fit right in.
Yeah.
There's actually a store here in Augusta too, called. I'm giving some publicity now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they appreciate it.
A place called Serious Sage.
Okay.
Downtown Augusta, called Serious Sage. IUS, Serious Sage. They have a lot of African gear there, so you can actually pick you something up from there. So yeah, it's a good place to go to.
What about the stones you got?
Yeah, these are good for.
You remember we talked about that during. I don't know if we talked about it during the last episode, but I know we talked about it that day.
Yeah.
About the 5G and how certain stones could kind of block that frequency that mess with your body or something. You want to touch on that a little bit?
So like certain stones like shungite and smoky quartz kind of help with radiation toxicity. This right here is clear quartz, which kind of cleans the aura of a person, or kind of keeps, I guess you could say, the energy more pure-like. And then this is aventurine here. Aventurine is supposed to bring more fortune and things of that sort. You know, most folks think this stuff is spooky and all, but we can break down those science and stuff.
Right.
Well, so I try to, you try to give you a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you start those out. Come on,
yeah,
but you got a crystal inside your phone, though. You know,
right?
Which makes your phone work. So they say some folks say they don't believe in crystals, but then your laptop, computer, your TV, your phone wouldn't work either. Your car wouldn't work either. You know what I mean? This is lapis lazuli, and this is green jasper here, and they all have certain properties and stuff.
Right.
You can find these inside the tombs, inside the mummies and stuff like that in ancient, in the pyramids. So these are nothing new. So a lot of these come from what they call the lost city of Atlantis.
The lost city of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
You really think it wasn't Atlantis, brother?
Yeah, it's actually a pyramid right now underwater in Japan. There's tons of stuff underwater. So.
I've seen the movie, but these movies, they kind of tell you a story. You understand what I'm saying? And so I was like, I wonder if it's really a lost city in the water like that.
Yeah, they got cities right now in the water. You can see. If I was to say, go ahead and type in underwater pyramid, you'll see a pyramid right now in Japan, underneath the water, a whole pyramid structure right now. So it shows that there was a time where anybody going underwater, you can't build a pyramid underwater. That means at one point it was above the water.
Mm-hmm. So something happened. Yeah, something happened.
So that goes into stories of Lemuria, which they call Madagascar today.
Come on, man.
So it goes into
Lemuria.
That's where you get the it's an animal called a lemur.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what Lemuria is, an ancient land, kind of like Atlantis. Some people call it Mu, M-U. So this is.
Where was it though?
With Atlantis?
Yeah.
Some people say, the capital of Atlantis produced ancient Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Matter of fact, and it may sound kind of off topic, but the capital of Egypt today is called Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
Cairo, and the word Cairo means the mountain of Mars. You're like, man, that's crazy how you would think that, but then you look on Mars, you'll see like pyramid structures and stuff like that.
On Mars,
they have like actual graphic imaging of that. Mm-hmm.
Mars right now.
Mars. Mm-hmm. You type it in, Google it. Type in Mars. Pyramid and ancient artifacts, and you'll see like a face, and you'll see all this type of stuff from there. Mm-hmm.
Man.
So that's why the capital of Egypt is Cairo. Why would you name the capital of Egypt something that has to do with Mars?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, type in the definition of Cairo, C-A-I-R-O, and see what it says.
Y'all type it in and leave it in the comment.
So I ain't gotta make this up. Go ahead and just do it.
Yeah, I told y'all the first time, do your research. Okay, type it in, leave it in the comment. And we'll go back and read it. What else has been going on with you, man? It's been about a good 2 weeks.
I'm trying to get the channel going. I got some content on there now.
I'm glad to see you doing your thing, bro. Yeah. I told you last August you need to be putting this stuff out there. So I'm glad to see you doing your thing, and man, this is gonna be a ride right here, bro.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a ride. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it, and I hope y'all can feel the energy and the excitement that we share right now in this room. The one thing that I want to talk about, based off of the one of the videos that I watched earlier today off your channel was it's talking about chakra.
Yeah.
You were saying there's like 7. Those people think that they have 7 chakras. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I want you to touch on that a little bit because I believe in that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I believe that we have a certain kind of energy about ourselves. Mm-hmm. But I'm also a goofball. Okay? I'm a goofball. I love anime.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of the chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And to all my anime lovers out there, shout out to y'all. All of my Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, My Hero,
Mm-hmm.
Academia. I can never say the name of it, but
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I could, I know I probably can't, but shoot a Dragon Ball or something like that. It's just something fun to think about while we're going through this crazy time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So touch on that a little bit, and then go into depth, because you also said that outside of the 7 that most people believe that we have, there's what, like 5 or 6 more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, touch on that for me a little bit.
Okay. Chakra basically means wheel. It means a wheel that turns, or it means a cluster of energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically where there's a cluster of nerves in the body,
Mm-hmm.
and we call those chakra energy centers. Technically, there's hundreds of them throughout the body, but we don't consider those chakra clusters, or So sometimes you hear people say there's 300 in the body. You hear different numbers, but that's based off how the nerves cross each other in the body and stuff like that. And from that crossing, you get the medical snake symbol, what they call the Caduceus symbol.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they call the medical symbol. With 2 snakes. So those snakes represent, one of those snakes is called Pankia. The other snake's name is called Hankia.
Pankia and Hanky.
Exactly. That's funny names. But
they ain't got nothing to do with hanky panky. Okay.
No.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually really pronounced more so Hygia.
Hygia.
Yeah, you would say Hygia and Pankia.
Okay.
And from those words, today we get the word pancreas and hygiene from those words there. So, but those are just representing how the chakra energies cross throughout the body like that. And so basically, whenever we're talking about the 7 in the body, but we have like more that they don't really talk about. So I think in the show Dragon Ball, I'm not too much into anime, but I think it was 7 Dragon Balls they were trying to find.
Yeah, 7 of them.
Yeah, it's the 7 chakras.
Okay.
So those
man.
You see, so those are the and you may have to help me out. I'm not too heavy into it, but I know some things about, because when I see something, I'm like, okay, that's what it is. You see.
Right.
So I think they were trying to find 7, and those 7 are those 7 in the body, which would make them, powerful, more powerful, whatever,
right.
And that's man's quest to find true self. You see, so parts of himself is scattered throughout the world. You see, and they represented the third eye with Piccolo. He had the third eye.
No, it was
somebody who had the third eye.
I don't know if his name was Yamcha, but I know who you talking
about. Yeah,
about.
like a third eye with the forest, something like that. Yeah.
I could be wrong, Anime Nation, but
yeah.
We know who he talking about. I just can't think of his name right now. But yeah, it's a joker with the eye right there.
Yeah. So you see a lot of the Indian science, the Ayurvedic science systems in those. With the monk, with like Krillin, with the head.
Yeah,
So you'll see a lot of Indian sciences persuasion in those shows like that.
Indian sciences.
Yeah,
even though it's like
Indian and Asian.
Okay, all right.
Because they kind of go into those, the Buddha. It's kind of like a lot of the Buddha sciences and those Hinduism and stuff like that. Which kind of goes into like the last Avatar shows. They all kind of lean towards those certain cultures and stuff.
That was another good one too. The
Airbender one.
The last Airbender, which you had the earth, the water, the wind, the fire.
Exactly, different nations.
That's what. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like chakra too?
Yeah, those are just the elements of man that make man. So you call those the mineral domain, the animal domain, or the mineral domain, the plant domain, animal domain, and human domain. So you break those into 4 nations. So you can say the mineral domain, that would be like fire. The minerals are fire. Or you can go into like a different domain like water, which is, obviously you can go into the plant domain with that. So it's different domains. So they call them different nations, So, they all do a certain, they lean towards certain Ayurvedic sciences, Confucianism, Chinese acupuncture, meridian sciences. So you have those 7 chakras in the body, which is the quest of man. It's basically based off an ancient proverb of what they call Brahmakara. Brahmakara is where they get the word Abraham from. You see, so they call him a Brahmin or Abraham. So, like for example, you would say a Brahma or Brahmakara is a person who's very chaste or abstinence. You know. But if I were to say if someone's not chaste or abstinence, they would be, you know, sexually free. You see what I'm saying? So we call them, you put an A in front of say to say against Brahman or Abraham. So the song says, Father Abraham had many sons because he had many sons because he wasn't sexually chaste. And many sons had Father Abraham. You see what I'm saying? So that comes from Brahmakara. You know, those are Indian sciences like that.
I know the song.
Yeah, so those were those. They lean towards certain cultures in their sciences, though. But so you have the 7 in the body, the main 7 in the body. Then you have the 5 other ones, like the Auric chakra, which is right above the head. You have the solar chakra, the earth chakras at the feet, which connects you to your ancestors, family lineage, solar, and then you have the cosmic chakra. You know, so this when I say solar chakra, that's actually the sun itself. That's one of your chakras. And so, like for example, the sun and the moon, those would represent your what we call your spiritual parents. You see, so those are your spiritual parents. Then what you call your mother and father on earth, those are your physical parents. You know, and that's what I was talking about last time about the Sarah and Abraham. Those are like the mind itself, you know. So when you go to sleep at night, they say the two become one flesh. So the mind, the two sides of the mind, which is the male and female principle, they become at night, they make one flesh and they impregnate each other. And that impregnation is called experiences. You see, so you conceive a thought of yourself without the aid of someone else. So that would basically what should be called the Immaculate Conception. Because what people think the Immaculate Conception is Mother Mary got pregnant and they don't know who it was and whoever. The Immaculate Conception means that you can sit here, conceive a thought of yourself without the aid of another person and give birth to that idea. That's the Immaculate Conception. You see what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
That's the true Immaculate Conception. It has nothing to do with Mary getting pregnant and all these types of things.
Oh, well, you know we finna catch you in them comments.
Yeah. So
you know we about to catch it because I know he not saying that ain't no such thing. You know, because that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, okay, we got some explaining to do, brother. We got some explaining to do.
That's the true Immaculate Conception.
Okay.
That you can sit at night or sit still, conceive a thought of yourself, and without the aid of another man or another person, you can give birth to that idea. You can impregnate yourself with an idea and give birth to it. In other words, the world plays back to you your opinion of yourself. You see?
So, wow. And that's real. That's practical. You know, you can sit up here and you can think about something and basically bring it to fruition.
That's the Immaculate Conception.
Bro, I ain't never thought about it like that right now, man. I never thought about it like that. But what would you say to somebody who would come at you and say, well, what is it? Well, because they're gonna hit you with the scripture. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna hit you with scripture.
Yeah.
And I was talking to some people, you know, and we were talking. What I said was, I know without a shadow of a doubt that there is a Most High. It has to be. For me to be sitting here, it has to be a God. For what I've gone through in my life and what I've seen, you know, with my family, I'm a miracle. I'm a walking testimony of the fact that He is real. So I'm not doubting that. By no stretch of the imagination, I'm not doubting that. But what I do understand through, through research and the years of talking and asking questions, what we know traditionally in the Black church is stuff that has been passed down through the ages. Now, if you take it all the way back, to when our people landed here, we were told a lot. Would you agree? It wasn't like, for example, one of the scriptures, and y'all forgive me if I screw it up because I don't know it verbatim, but it was basically telling the slaves to honor thy master. You understand what I'm saying? And they used religion and scripture to control us. You understand what I'm saying? And I can just see how all of that carried on throughout the generations to where we are right now. And then I really want to study what's it called, the Apocrypha. It's something that, because basically it's books of the Bible that's been taken away.
All this stuff.
You understand what I'm saying? Why? You understand why is all of that stuff taken out? Why? You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm not asking you to answer that. It's just those are some of the questions that I have. So we're not getting the whole story. We're not getting the whole story. So it goes back to what we always say. Do your research. And now you say, the what's it called, the Immaculate Conception. That's gonna ruffle feathers because you have some people that are set in their ways. As far as how they believe and the way they think, they're not going to be receptive to believing that that's the true.
The way it is.
So we're gonna. I foresee us being hit with. And that's fine. That's the whole purpose of this show. Ruffle some feathers, get people to talking. Let's meet in the middle and see if we can't, agree or agree to disagree, whichever one. But I want people to start talking. I want people to start thinking and just realizing that, is more to the story. There's more to the story. Like we said the other day, it's three sides to a coin. It's the front, the back, and then you got the edge. So you just got to do your research and study for yourself to find the truth. But that's deep right there, bro. That's deep. And we finna be hit with it. We finna be hit with it. I'm about to scare for my mama to see this one right here. What you got going on?
It goes a lot deeper, But the word Calvary comes from the word Golgotha, and Golgotha means human skull. So when it talks about where Jesus died, it's really saying that he died in your skull. You see what I'm saying? That's why you see skulls and stuff placed at the place of the cross. See? And he died in the month of December.
Right.
He was stabbed in the side. Right? Stabbed in the side with an arrow. Well, what zodiac sign is during that time? Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the archer with the bow. You see? So it makes the sun weak. You see? And it sits still for 3 days, which in the constellation, it sits still on the crux constellation in the cosmos. It sits there for 3 days. The sun does, the physical, actual sun. And on December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, it sits still. But on the 25th, it moves up 1 degree in relation to the Earth. So we say that this is Jesus' birthday. You see what I'm saying? Well, the word Jesus comes from the word Jupiter and Zeus anyway. Jupiter, Zeus, Jesus.
Oh, man.
So those are 2 guys they put together.
Oh, man, we're going to need helmets, chest plates.
Yeah. That's why when they say, Hail Zeus. Hail Zeus. Hail Zeus. Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus is how you would say Jesus in Spanish or Latin.
That's right.
Jesus.
That's right.
And if you want to say I am in French, you would say Je suis.
Je suis.
Je suis.
Je suis.
Means I am. You see?
Well, that's deep right there.
But you get the Jesuits from that. The Jesuits are the ones who went into Ethiopia to get the, translate, to learn, Aramaic and learn the language and take the Bible and give it to people so they can, learn Christianity. You see what I'm saying? But it goes deeper into it, It goes a lot deeper into it. But, a lot of these words we don't realize. The 12 disciples is the 12 cranial nerves, or the 12 constellations, zodiacs, whatever you want to call them. They all represent something, So Judas would be like the person who is vindictive, the one who betrayed you.
Right.
That's Scorpio, the backbiter. Because the scorpion has a thing that bites from the back.
Right.
Little tail that stings. So Scorpios, it's Hades. You can call it Hades, you can call it Scorpio, you can call it Judas. I mean, I can show you all this stuff on.
Well, now you're gonna have the Scorpios coming at us, Bo.
Well, a lot of heat coming in.
Yeah. Good night.
But it's not meant to offend anybody, but it's time to, just another perspective on things.
Mm-hmm.
I know folks, religion is a very sensitive topic with folks, so I try not to get too much into it unless they really want it. Then I was like, okay, well, I'll kind of give you this and say, but
Yeah, I told him in the first video. I may seem like I don't. By no means am I on the level where you are when it comes to a lot of things, but I have done my research, and a lot of what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and I have seen a lot of it in doing the research. And like you said, when you get talking like that right there, you better know your stuff.
Yeah.
And you better be willing to back it up, and meaning resources, references. Where did you find this information at? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been met with that before a time of many. And then it just got to the point where, like you said, I don't just walk around and say, hey, this is a lie, and I'm asking for it at that point.
It's the book that came out during slavery called How to Make a Christian Negro.
How to Make a Christian Negro. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a book, you can read it.
Yeah.
They tell you how to make one.
Yeah.
What you gotta do, so Sunday's the day you didn't get beat by your master. So Sunday was a day of relaxation, and so you would look forward to Sunday, you see. So you have church on Sunday.
Right. Right. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. See, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
There's a lot to it, but, like I said, it's one of those topics that, if people want to know more about it, then, we go into it. But, religion, it's one of those things that, you let people have it and keep whatever. But the thing is, people think that you saying that it's not real or whatever. All because you call something myth doesn't mean it's not real. See, myth. So history is the study of the history of the body, but myth is the study of the history of the spirit. You see, so they characterize it with certain personifications. You see, so it doesn't mean any particular person exists. It just says this was a personification of an attribute of the spirit. Every culture does that. So you have Dionysus who had 12 disciples. He walked on water. You had the god Mithra. Walked on water, had 12 disciples. You had the god Ares. You had the god, so many different, Heru. All these different deities that preceded this story that we all know of over 2,000, 10,000, 12,000 years preceded it. You see. Krishna, which had 12 disciples, healed the blind and sick. They walked on water, turned water into wine. These are stories that where cultures had to relate to forces that they couldn't see.
Yeah.
So they call it mythology. But mythology is not an insult. People think I'll call something a myth as an insult. No, mythology means it's a study of the spirit, how the spirit carries through life. And you personify it with characters. You see?
Gotcha.
But see, we get caught into, this is the Holy Land, this is where someone was, the Holy Bible means Helios Biblos, which means sun book. This means the book of the sun, not a person, but the sun in the sky. So, I mean,
Say that one more time. The Holy Bible means
Helios.
Helios
Means holy.
Holy.
Which Helios means sun.
Okay.
And Biblos means book. So it means the sun book.
What language is that from?
That's Latin.
Latin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did you tell me about Latin?
Latin is a pretty much a language that Europeans tried to pronounce African words, and they weren't able to pronounce them. So with the remnants of them trying to pronounce African words is what you would call Latin today. So they weren't able to pronunciate because a lot of our words are kind of complex to them. You see what I'm saying? This is why when you have African names, like, I'm just gonna call you this.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't realize the programming inside of us. But as black folks, they're not supposed to be able to pronounce our name. If you see an Indian person, you don't say, "Oh wow, this name is easy to pronounce."
Right.
Or you see a Chinese person, that name is easy to pronounce. You be struggling with it.
Right.
What makes us think that we should just have our name so easy to pronounce for them? Our names are not supposed to be easy to pronounce. When I say Talcamisi and Gwelly, it's supposed to be, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's culture coming at you.
Yeah, that's exactly
And
what
that's
that
what
is.
I want. When you say you can't pronounce my name, that's what I want.
Yeah, I remember we was at the hotel.
Yeah.
And she was an older black lady. And you told her what your name was, and she said, "Well, can I just call you
like T or something?"
Yeah. Can I call you Mr. T? And you were like, "Nah, if you want to respect the black culture, then you'll call me." I was like, "You better talk, bro. You better talk."
But we don't realize how much we're resisting Africa inside of us. We don't realize it. We don't realize how much we're resisting the black inside of us. But I say, I'm just gonna call you this.
Right.
We don't realize it, but it's so deeply rooted in us that we're so scared to say it. We're so scared to say an African tone.
I'll be first to admit it.
You see,
when he first no, bruh.
You know, but we can say
my dog.
But we can say all these car names, Mitsubishi, Toyota. These are, we can say all these different names.
Yeah.
But it comes to our name, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no.
I would be ashamed of my damn self.
You know.
What they say? You can't say amen. Say ouch.
Say Lamborghini. You can say
Maserati. All of that.
You can say all these Italian names all day long. Don't say African name. Can't do that.
No. Boy, I tell you what. We're a long way from chakras, bro. A long way from chakras, but this is how we do it, man. We get to talking like this right here, and we just. And I don't believe in off subject.
Yeah.
Because everything we talk about is
relevant.
Is relevant.
Yeah. But
that's crazy right there, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a whole episode just on that. We'll do a whole episode just on that.
Yeah.
And give it to them.
Yeah.
You got and we're gonna let you know when we do it. It's not gonna be one of these random videos like this right here. We're gonna let you know we doing it. So it's on you to click and sit there and listen at it on. You know what I mean? That's on you. You can't force you to do it.
So that's part of we call the rites of passage growing up. So at 12 years old, you're considered a man and a woman. So you would consider a count in the community. So when your mother got mad at you or grandmother, they would call you a no count. So 12 is when you become a man and a woman in African societies. And the worst thing in African society is not physical death, but social castration. So for your name to be tarnished, or for your name to be destroyed, it's just as worse. It's actually worse than actual physical death in African societies. So a name is everything in culture, you see. A name shapes and molds who you are. You see, it gives you a path, And people, that's why, Malcolm said, you're not gonna call me about this last name, I'm gonna X it out. You're gonna call me Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I'm gonna X that out right there. So he didn't want to associate with it, And so we don't realize how powerful a name is. But when you say you own something, what do? Yeah, if I get a dog, what is the first thing I do?
Give it a name.
Give it a name. So name means own, or ownership. You see, and we get into a lot of little, I call it vocabulary games of trying to say, well, we can make it this now, and try to switch it up. There's still some energy behind that,
Right.
So, a name is everything. Name means nature, and some people are for it, some people are not, It could be a controversial topic. It can, but just do what resonates with you. You know. But the thing is, you don't put a name on something for no reason. You put a name on something to say you own something. So a slave is, if his name was John, then you his property. So you'd be the son of John. So they would call you Johnson. You see. Or you would be, it's where the Johnsons come from, you see. Or they would show possession by putting an S on something. So S means possessive, like a possessive letter. So William would be Williams, you see.
Wow.
So you're owned by William.
Right.
So if you're owned by William, your last name would be Williams, you see. Or the son of Jack would be what?
Jackson.
There you go. So now you get it. You see?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of black folks last name Johnson, a lot of black folks named Jackson, a lot of black folks last name Williams. But I mean, it depends if you want to stay in it. If they want to make something positive out of it, then they go ahead and do something with it. But
But I've always heard that.
Yeah.
That's nothing new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all know. Don't sit there and try to make it sound like, oh no, you knew. Okay. Because when you came over here,
Yeah.
they didn't even call you by the name
Yeah.
that your aunt. No, you knew. Let me check my camera real quick. I want to make sure we still live. And we are. Okay. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, the chakras though, I mean, those are the 5 other ones outside the body. So you can tap into any of those anytime. So the auric chakra, the soul chakra, so that helps you kind of open up the, we call it Akasha records. So the Akasha records is a library that exists inside the body. You see. So those are what we call the Akasha records. There was a movie called Queen of the Dam with Aaliyah before she passed away.
Seen that.
And her name was Akasha.
Sure was.
Remember that Queen Akasha. And Akasha represents the mother of all vampires, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, black people are vampires. We don't realize that because it's kind of played in Hollywood towards a European perspective a little bit. But that goes into the Aset Ka society of ancient Egypt.
Wait a minute.
What they call the Cometians, or the Ascensians.
You said black people are vampires.
Yeah, the original, what we would consider the vampire energy. You see what I'm saying?
The vampire energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The way it plays out. If you remember the movie Blade.
Yeah, I was getting ready to go there.
Yeah.
Getting ready. That's where I was headed with that.
Yeah. So Blade was called the Daywalker.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in that movie where it talks about how him and the villain named Deacon Frost.
Yep.
And Deacon Frost was telling Blade how you have all our strengths and none of our weaknesses. And what did Blade say? Maybe I don't see it that way.
Yep.
What's black folks saying that today? Subconsciously. We have all their strengths. We have all white folks' strengths and none of their weaknesses. But guess what? We don't see it that way. So we think we get into this oppressor mindset, thinking they can outdo us, which we don't really believe, but
Mm-hmm.
What that was basically saying is, we're able to, go outside in daytime and, get energy from the sun, where they only can come out at nighttime, because that goes into their cave history.
Right.
That goes into their cave history, so they can only come out at nighttime. But the thing is about the sun is, the sun activates your melanin in your skin, and what it does is, the more sunlight you get per day at night, when the moon comes out, shows your melanin that's been activated, actually takes that energy and the melanin pulls into the bloodstream. And when it pulls into the bloodstream, it actually repairs the body a lot quicker than any other people. Which is why vampires are always personified and just characterized as being able to heal quickly from wounds, right?
Yeah.
You see? So what I'm saying is black people are the original vampires, because we had that same capability of quickly healing, being able to be daywalkers and be outside, you know what I'm saying? All these types of things. So I'm saying the original vampires of us And then you take a derivative of that, which would make a weaker form of that, which makes them not able to go outside, which is the Europeans. So that's why they call it Queen Akasha, the queen of all the vampires, because she could do all those things, go outside at daytime and nighttime, do all that type of stuff. But her weaker derivatives, children, who came from us, you see, can't do that. So those are the stories of that. But Akasha represents the library inside the body, which is the genes inside your body, which you can open up to get information out. And that goes into what we call the cosmic chakra, which is the 12th chakra, which opens up the Akasha records as well and helps you understand all things, which decalcifies the pineal gland. This is why in the Bible it says, I should meet you at a place called Pineal, and you will see the face of God. So the face of God is actually pineal gland when you decalcify it. Look in the Bible. Type in the word pineal, but you got to spell it Peniel. Go to a place called Pineal, and there you will have seen the face of God.
Come on, man.
You see? So,
going back real quick, Europeans, white people, they don't have melanin?
They have a melanoid. It's a derivative of melanin. It's not a true melanin.
Mm-hmm.
It's called pheomelanin, Pheo, pheomelanin.
Okay.
Which is a melanoid, which is not a true melanin. This is why you call them mankind, not man, because they're kind of like a man.
Man.
You know, so it's different. So that's their story of, that's their story of Adam and Eve, and then the serpent. It wasn't a serpent, it was a dragon. So Satan was a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Z, right?
Right.
Dragon. And then he was cast into his belly. So to be cast on your belly implies before you weren't on your belly. So he was a dragon before, and then his feet were taken away from him and casted on his belly. And that goes into, communion and all these types of rituals within the religion. So dragon, you get the word Dracula from that, which goes into communion, which is blood sacrifices and taking blood and stuff like that. Communion is about cannibalism and things of that sort too, so eating people's body and getting their power and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This is why they put pineapple on ham pizza, on the ham, because in European culture, the pineapple represents to regenerate a part of the body. So they would put ham on the pig's thigh or back muscle to make them stronger in their parts of their body. That's their belief. So you ever see they could put the slice of ham and they put it on slice of pineapple, put it on a piece of ham, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just natural. Someone just decided that, it's coming from a culture, you see. So they think that fruit represents regeneration. So then when they put a fruit on something, it regenerates that part of the body. So you want to be more warlike, you would put an apple inside of a pig's mouth before a fight, before a war.
Mm-hmm.
So you see an apple inside the pig's mouth, and they, what I'm saying. So before they would go into battle, so it helped them be more like a boar or like a fighter.
Wow, and you said communion.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a deep one right there, because we do that at church.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that goes back into what now?
It goes into a cannibalistic ritual within European society, cave history, where they believe that if you to gain muscle, you can eat muscle. Or to gain someone's strength, you can eat parts of their body to become more like them.
Right.
So they become more Christ-like. You would do what? Eat part of their body. You see what I'm saying? And drink their blood. It's a ritual, we don't know. We're blind into these things. We just do
this. Yeah. Because, the pastor said, this is it's basically, we're doing it in remembrance of him and his sacrifice. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah, but we don't know where it's coming from. We don't know the culture behind it, so we don't know the relevance behind it. You see what I'm saying? So we kind of get into it and say, okay, it's just harmless. No, it's coming from that's where it's coming from. It's coming from cave society. You see, so that's where they were, eating each other and types of things. They used to eat the young. They used to eat the old. As part of their society.
I remember you showed me you got a presentation on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. In one of our episodes, man, bro, it's gonna be on a Zoom. We're gonna do it on Zoom.
Yeah.
That way you can pull it up and we'll be able to share our screen. I want them to see what I saw. And man, when y'all see this right here, you know, what the hell was y'all doing back then, bro? It's borderline horrifying, horrific, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some of this. Oh man, I'm not even gonna spoil it. That was some. Ooh.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So you mean you're talking about the European medicine one?
Yeah, and how they would. Ooh. I can't. We might have to. Oh man, I can't wait for them to see that right there, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stuff,
and it's hard to argue with it because it's documented. You know, oh man, he showed me the documented proof. There it is, right there. There it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to argue with black and white. Yeah. Not to say that everything you see and read ain't real, but you know what was the school where you found all that research from? Well, I forgot where you said that stuff was at, but man.
Oh, the Vatican.
Yeah, all of that stuff, man. When you were showing it on the slide, and I was like,
the mystery system school.
Yeah, where did you find all of this information? And he was like, right there.
Yeah,
there it is, right there. So it's
I'm breaking.
And it's clear. I'm sorry, cause it's clear. Yeah. You can see it. So when you see it, just type it in, and then you'll see the same thing. And then you just piggyback off that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man, we live in a crazy.
Yeah.
What, could you imagine if it was like that today?
You're right, man.
I'd have been gone. They'd have been killed. Man. I ain't gonna stand for it.
Yeah, I mean, I read a lot of stuff about how they prepare, body parts of black people. You go into a lot of different texts. Like the Portuguese were pretty vivid about what they did. About how they would chop the penis off and put it in the bowl on the stove and prepare it. They would prepare black woman's behind and put different spices on it. Usually, they put more parsley on the penis and more oregano on the woman's behind. So they have recipes on these books and stuff, which they call. Well, we didn't call them slave owners. We call them planters. And that's where you get the Planters Peanuts Company from. You see what I'm saying? So Planters Peanuts comes from these slave companies that had recipes on black people and how to prepare them, how to cook them, and how to eat them. How to season them correctly. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new. These slave companies like Lipton.
Not Lipton, bro.
Lipton, you got Snapple.
I heard Snapple back in the day came from a racist background. I heard something about that.
They're no different, Planters. These are all, these are all slave companies, big slave companies, And America's ran by families. America's a corporation, it's a family structure. And what makes them strong is because their families are together in a certain sense. Well, so what will make black people strong? Let's keep our families strong. You already see the agenda behind that, trying to emasculate the black man and feminize the black man and emasculate the black woman. So that's it's done all day in front of our eyes. So
and that I tell you what, man, that pisses me off.
Yeah,
it pisses me off because it's more evident now. If you can't understand what's going on now, it's just because you're not trying to see it. You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see it. Be the first one to point your finger. And it pisses me off. Because, I'm not knocking no race, color, none of that. But I stand behind my people. I love my people. I think we have a rich culture. I think we have a rich history.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for all of us, all of our people to understand where we come from. That every culture, every race has their own story of some terrible shit that happened to them in their lifetime, and throughout their history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, we should get, whoop-de-whoop because this, no, every, if you think about it, we ain't the only culture that's going through it. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing that I find, you know, depressing is the fact that we're the only culture that will not take the time to do our due diligence and research our history and grow and learn from it. And not allow anything outside of that to hinder us from building and growing.
Exactly.
I think we could be a powerful force in this world, but like you said, I mean, we just sit back and we let it happen.
Yeah.
You know, and that's that was the whole premise of what we're doing. We want to talk about this shit. We want to get people riled up, you know, and start talking, asking questions, go to that. There's no excuse now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? 30, 40, 50 years ago, we didn't have all of the stuff that we have available to us right now.
Yeah. It's the melanin. It's the melanin inside our body. The melanin makes us mellow. We look at the world a whole differently than Europeans do. You know, we're not trying to control nature. We're not trying to overcome nature. You see what I'm saying? We're not trying to beat it. You know, you go to the islands, you see they just be out there relaxing. You know? That's the energies of right and left brain thinking. You see, whenever a society is more left brain, that's in its masculine state, it's going to be a very rapid increase in technology. Technology tends to increase and change very rapidly in those types of energy systems, but the drawback is there's a lot of inhumaneness towards each other. So man is inhumane toward other man. On the flip side of that is the feminine society, or what we call right-brain society, which causes a stagnation in technology. Technology evolves very slowly, but one of the positive things about that is there's more humaneness towards each other. You see, there's more we call brotherly love or brother's keeper type thing in those structures or those energy systems. What made ancient Egypt so powerful was where they were able to bring both of those two together. You see, this is why the pharaoh had to be ambidextrous. They had to be left and right-handed because they know how the brain operates in that way. And the black woman has the largest, what we call the corpus callosum, which is the middle brain, which can sync left and right brain thinking very well, higher than any other people on the planet. Because she has more fat in her brain too, which they call myelin sheets, which wraps around the neurons and the glia cells. And glia cells is the part of the brain they never talk about in science because they leave out feminine parts of the body and the brain structure in biology books. So you never hear too much about the actual feminine parts or the feminine structure. So like a woman who's suffering from cellulite, that goes into how the woman has to burn something called glucagon. But they focus on insulin. All you hear is insulin, because that's the male part of the hormone. But you need glucagon to help burn the cellulite, which women try to, they put cocoa butter on, all these types of things to try to get rid of. But they won't talk about these things. So a lot of the diseases can't be addressed in the society, see? Because when you only have one lens, you can't address something like cancer. Because that's on the alkalinity side. Because cancer is a disease of alkalinity, not acidity. So cancer cells are actually alkaline, not acid. So when it comes to we can cure some things over here, then all these other diseases we can't cure because those are on the feminine side of a disease because it's a pendulum swing. So if someone's anorexic versus someone who's obese, those are the same disease. The disease is malnutrition. So if someone's malnourished, they're going to overeat.
Yes.
So the cell's not getting enough food.
Yeah.
But if they're not eating enough, that's malnutrition as well because the cell's not getting enough food. So in both scenarios, the cell's not getting what? Enough nutrients. In both scenarios. Because if you don't get enough nutrients, you're going to overeat. But if you're not getting enough nutrients in the cell, you're going to be anorexic. So those are just a pendulum swing. That's why you have constipation, diarrhea, anorexia, obesity. So you have pendulum swings of every disease: high blood pressure, low blood pressure, hypothyroidism, hypothyroidism.
Hyper and hypo.
Yeah. So we have in the school system the person who's hyperactive. So we always talk about the person who's hyperactive in school, in the classroom.
Come on here.
So we always address the person who's hyperactive.
Yeah.
And we address that. But the person who's hypoactive is quiet, and quiet, and then shoots the whole school.
Yeah.
But it wasn't addressed, right?
Right.
So they came and shot the whole school up because it's on the feminine part of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
So the feminine part of the disease is not addressed in society.
Yeah.
Because it's male oriented. But both of them are equally as dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so it's just we have one perspective on things. That's why they call it, you know, the God of destruction here. It's called fee, fi, fo, fum. Remember I was talking about that? Fee, fi, fo, fum. So whenever you put the prefix fee in something, it means destroy. So when they call it God of destruction, fee, fi, fo, fum, they're going to destroy something. So they say, a destroy male today. Female.
What?
A female. So you got feminism. You got feminism. And it goes in other words too, like fatality.
Yeah.
Famine. So every time you put those fee, fi, and foes in front of a word, you know, you're going to be a friend or a foe. You know, all these types of, you know, it's always those prefixes means destruction.
Damn, bro.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. To call yourself a feminism or a feminist is you insulting yourself. That feminism has nothing to do with the black male and black woman's agenda. That's the European perspective. That's the European woman trying to get the equal rights from her man. That was never an issue in African societies. That's the European agenda. So anytime a black woman saying they want something to do with feminism, that's not in our agenda. That was never our issue. You go into ancient Egypt, you see the woman pharaohs just along with the man pharaohs.
Mm-hmm.
There was never an issue for us. That's not in our, that's not in our objective. That's not in our what we need to get into that stuff. But I get it. Modern day issues. I try not to say too much out here, Lamar. I just keep to myself and I try to just
play it cool. Anybody that want to know,
anybody want to know, I may drop a few things here and I keep it moving. That's all I can really do. But
man.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things we have to kind of pursue and try to get a better understanding of it, because like a PhD in this society is a 5th grade education in African society. So when anyone says they're a PhD, that's basically a 5th grade education system. So you get a bachelor's, master's, PhD. That's the 3 degrees. But the Great Pyramids were built off 36 degrees of information. So there's different degrees of information. The mystery school system went into different degrees of information. That's where you get your whole deck of cards from. You have 52 deck of cards in there, 52 cards in there.
Yeah.
52 weeks in a year. You get the 4 seasons, the spades, the diamonds, the clubs, all those types of things. You have all those are the 4 seasons of the year, what they call the 4 horsemen. So we'll go into that in the presentation because I have some slides on that as well.
Yeah.
But those come from the mystery school system,
The mystery school system.
That's what they call it, the mystery school system. So,
what is it though?
It's it was basically a college, what we call it today. But you had to be chosen to go to. You weren't allowed just to go to college then. You had to be selected to go to college. If not, you picked up some type of trade, like cutting limestone or something like that. Yeah.
Where we're talking
ancient Egypt, Kemetic times. So you had to be selected to go to that. And you were usually selected by an elder who's been watching you as you've been growing up. And so, okay, this person belongs to be in the system here. And then you had this person named Hippocrates who tried to study with the ancient system, but he wasn't admitted into it. And then you have Constantine, who was trying to go into studying with the mystery school system, but he wasn't admitted into it. Mm-hmm. And that's when he got really upset, and that's when he started, starting these different councils in Nicaea, and that's when they started the birth of Christianity, because he's upset he was rejected and stuff like that. So he took from our god Osiris and Apis and called it Serapis, and then Serapis where they get the word Jesus, and it's a whole story behind it though. But he was insulted that he wasn't admitted into the ancient mystery school system, which it wasn't called mystery school system, but it was the system that we had for higher learning basically. Mm-hmm. So So you have his story, which you call history, but my story is the mystery. So our story is the mystery, which you call my story. So my story is the mystery. So our story is no stories that hasn't been told.
Come on, man.
You know, and like that's what I was saying before about we were already children of the universe. That's why we had universities. So we opened up universities because we were children of the universe. And these different planets are different systems of learning. You know, I mean, positions of the suns and planets; those are all relevant to, you know, subjects in school. You know, agriculture, things like that. That's planet Saturn. You know, a certain time of day. You know, so solar sciences should be taught at 12 o'clock because that's noon. Because math is a solar science, so you should teach that at 12. But you know, 12 is when they said Jesus was, you know, the Most High. Well, what time of day is the sun the Most High?
Yeah.
So what age was he?
Yeah.
So he has to be 12, right? So yeah, I mean, you see what I'm saying? If you place every word in the Bible with the word son, S-U-N, it'll still make sense. It'll still make sense because it's just a personification of the sun as a person.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you call it in chemistry, you call the nucleus the new sun, the nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new sun.
Right.
And our answer just said, as above, so below. So as above, so below represents the atom itself. And when you see the atom and the electron, the nucleus and the electrons is the same proportional distance between the suns and the planets. So to look at a microscope, it's the same thing to look up in the sky. You're looking at the same thing, you know. So those are just showing you the actual thing they see in the microscope. So when you're studying chemistry or physics, you're studying the solar system. That's why they call it astrophysics. You know, I mean, it's just one thing. It's one system. You know, we think we're doing so many different things, but it's really just one system. Like I was talking about, you know, about cosmology, this cosmos. Your hair is your connection to the solar system, so we call it cosmetology.
Well, I'm getting disconnected right through here.
That's your heart.
I'm getting. You said that's my heart.
That's your heart. We'll get something for it. Bro.
Yeah, I need something. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting pretty bad there, brother.
Nah, you
Getting pretty bad. Wow.
But yeah, I mean,
Man.
once we started to kind of compartmentalize a lot of these sciences and stuff, we see it's just one system that's coming at us in different tiers. You know, it's just one. That's why you can do a lot of math in your head. You don't have to do all these little steps and stuff like that. You know, and we'll probably do a presentation on that too.
Yeah.
About the math.
Cause
yeah.
Cause you a mathematician.
Yeah.
You know, you again, thank you for helping my son. He scored a 95 on that quadratic test.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
Called me the other day. Couldn't. Well, all right. I'll make sure I tell him. So thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, after we got off the video chat, man, with you, you're like, oh. And I was fussing at him because. Yeah, I'm sitting right there. He trying to call his mom on the phone. I'm like, so I'm sitting right here. I'm telling you, I may not know how to work that answer out.
Yeah.
But I know somebody who do. We'll get him on the phone right now. And that's when you came on and got him straight. So thank you, man.
Yeah.
Anybody need some help with math? Hit him up. He'll get you right. He helped my baby, so I'm a living witness. He will get you right.
Yeah.
And this is quadratic functions.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time I did anything with the quadratics, I was in pre-calculus when I was in college, and I passed that bitch with a C. You couldn't have told me it wasn't an A. You understand me? Checked it off the list. I ain't got to worry about no more math after pre-calculus. So I understand the struggle, and if you need assistance with math, that man will hook you up, and he has some awesome prices. Ain't nothing free. You have to pay that man, but well worth the money. Well worth the damn money for damn sure. Well, one more thing about the chakras. I was on YouTube and I was watching this just like rest and relaxation type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had some nice soft music.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker singing Indian style, and they had all of the chakras and everything like that. And he was saying that you can basically target each chakra, and like one chakra is connected to like the liver, or is that right?
Yeah, they those are just energies.
Yeah, the energies. Like so. My question is, can we tap into those chakras? You understand?
Yeah, those are usually some people call it the Kundalini rising energy, which is the serpent. They usually resonate with sound. Chakras are very sensitive to sound, and this is why.
That's probably why they had that music playing like that.
It's very. Since that's why I use silent or music, some type of tranquil music playing.
Yeah.
Because the chakras represent parts of the snake energy in the back or the spine. All right, that's in the middle of the body. That's why I was talking about the snakes and everything. Since that snake energy can be waking up. And that's why they had the cobra in ancient times. They had the cobra in the forehead.
Yeah.
And then when you hear about the snake charmer, the snake could be raised up. The Indians play the flute.
Yeah.
Can raise the snake up by just sound, the flute. You see? So that energy is very sensitive to sound itself. So you can actually wake that energy up inside the body, you see? So we call it lining up the chakras itself.
Yeah. I'm gonna just ask it, man.
Yeah.
Can somebody get so good, like if I want to knock that microphone off, I can, you know, does that shit really work? Is that real? Come on now.
Well, they have.
You made me change my whole. I would dedicate my life to.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah.
Bitch.
You're going into what we call the Oshun people.
The who?
Oshun.
Oshun people.
O-S.
You telling me there's some people that could knock that microphone over, just.
Well, they did it with bullets instead.
Huh?
They did it with bullets instead. They were being attacked by. In Africa, there was a certain tribe in Nigeria who were actually being attacked by a whole army, and they were being shot by bullets from the gun, and they were able to stop all the bullets from hitting them in their body, and they were using what they call voodoo today.
Voodoo.
Yeah, well, the word voodoo means world, do means peace. Voodoo means world peace.
Come on, man.
It means world peace. So,
so why is this portrayed so dark?
Because they're gonna make anything about us dark. They call it black magic. Because black they're gonna make anything that sounds black.
Oh man, 2 years ago I went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I went down the historic area, Bourbon Street, where they do Mardi Gras. I don't know where I was going to New Orleans and won't see that. Won't know where. So, and man, I'm telling you, man, that's all you saw.
Yeah.
That ain't all you saw, but you saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
I went on back to the damn room.
Yeah.
It was too much for me. You know, for them, that's their way of life. That's what they used to. But for me, oh man, I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now here you go talking about voodoo means world peace.
Yeah, voodoo means world, do means peace.
Come on, man.
So that's all. The word voodoo, they kind of try to make it more demonic, and then we used to teach what we call acupuncture with the dolls. So you want to teach somebody about the certain body parts, you would put pins on the certain parts of the doll to show this is this meridian line of the body, this is this meridian line of the body. So you would teach how to do acupuncture and acupressure on the body with dolls. So they made that evil and said, I'm going to control and pinch you and make your arm go up in the air with a doll. You see, so wherever we had, they took it and made it evil. And they made the word black itself evil. That's why you have, if I said angel food cake, but if I said devil's food cake, what color is devil's food cake? Brown or black, right? The little cupcake things, you know.
Oh, that's right.
You see?
It sure is.
So if I say magic, if I say black magic, there's something evil behind that, you see. If I say a plane crash, that's a bad thing, right? So we call it, what's in the plane, we call that a black box. But the black box is not black. The black box is orange. So why call it black? Because look, why would you make a black box inside of an airplane when everything's burnt? The main color you want to see is what? That would be bright, would be orange.
Yeah.
Because you're going on to a death scene, right? Bodies, everything's blown up and burnt. So why would it be a black box? The box is orange.
but they call it
a black box because
black
it's something
box.
devastating. So everything black is going to be what? Associated with something bad. You see, they go to the laws of the cave. So since they come from the caves, darkness is evil to them. So when they see us, evil. It's psychological. You know, it's all psychological. So anything black in society, so that's why they take all our rituals and all our ceremonies and demonize them. They call it the star. You don't study astrology because that's in space, which is dark. But in ancient times, the word star was called astars. They put an A in front of it. Astars. So we said to be without your stars, you would be, in English, the word dis, this is without. Mm-hmm. So if you're without your stars, your life is a disaster.
Oh, come on, boy.
You see, so we knew that studying stars was an important thing, but they made it demonic, but we make it so evil. But I mean, the thing is, you drive around in the car with a GPS system, which is using star system to navigate. You call it north, south, east, and west. It's the same thing, you know. But you know, when we have a very limited information about, you know, subjects and sciences, we kind of go with whatever the narrative is, you know. And the narrative is black is bad and evil and don't do any of that other religion stuff. Stay with this one religion. Oh, you do this, you do that. Oh, you must be. Well, I'll pray for you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're gonna come back to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's all gonna bring you back because that's the narrative. That's what it is. You see, everything's one thing. If you're outside of that, you're crazy. You're crazy. If you're outside of that system, you're crazy. And I'm gonna pray for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so you can't really step out too much in society without being considered a pariah or an outcast. And once you start doing something different, you know, he's looking natural, he's growing his hair out, he's doing these type of things, he must be crazy. What's wrong with that boy? What's wrong with that boy? You know, I hope you still believe in God. I never said I didn't believe in God. But they assume all these types of things, you see what I'm saying, because he's doing something. I believe in a higher power, I know it. I mean, but see, they want to just categorize you quickly because they see certain things, like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
But they don't get it. But they don't want to get it, though, either. But here I go around eating natural foods, doing natural things, but yet I'm ungodly.
But damn if you do.
You know what I'm saying? I can accept what God made. I can eat natural food. I can have my natural self, my natural hair, but yet I'm ungodly. But yeah, they got to have everything processed, everything different. They can't accept nothing what God made, but yeah, I'm the one ungodly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
talk your shit, Tyler.
I mean, it's just humorous to me because we're just so backwards in our thinking. We think, dang, because we're stuck in this narrative, you know, trying to impress, you know, certain types of people.
Right.
You know, and we see what the condition of the world is based off their so-called dominion. It's been turned upside down. But hey, what can I say?
Yeah, I don't know about nobody else, but I definitely got to do a better job at, you know, waking up, well, continuing to wake up, and see what's really going on and learn and just get a better understanding. Because I tell you, man, if I knew half of what you forgot, well, I'd be all right. You know what I mean? I'd be all right. And this, and I appreciate you partnering up with me, man, to do this thing right here, man, to just bring enlightenment and so much knowledge, because it's a lot to take in. You understand what I'm saying? And I want when people watch our show, man, after they go off, they just sit back and be like, damn, what the hell did I just listen to? You know what I'm saying? What the hell did he just say? And the first thing they do is they go and start researching. Yeah. All we ask is that you just put something in the comments. You know, what'd you learn? What'd you find out? What do you disagree with? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give us something else to come back at that ass with. You know, so that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Hey, man, before we wrap up, man, we bounced all over the place.
We even touched numerology.
Yeah. Hit that real quick, man, because I remember you did a video chat with me and my brother in Colorado.
How much time we have here? What we got?
We got about a good 10, 15 minutes, bro. Okay. Do we need to do a part 2? Is it? Probably need to do a part 2. Okay. Hey, bro, as always, It is always a pleasure.
Okay.
Man, it is a pleasure, bro. Man, I wish we had more time. I tell you, man. But it's good to be able to sit down and talk like this uninterrupted, bro.
Yeah.
Be at that doggone hotel at the front desk every 5 seconds, every 5 minutes. Somebody needing something, man. But it's good to build. And again, man, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next episode, the next show. Like I said in the beginning of the video, y'all bear with us as we learn this whole format and YouTube system. I think it took us like 3 days just to transfer a file because the file was so big, and YouTube got all this red tape that you got to go through to get your stuff put on, and the last thing that we talked about on that first episode was so hot, and it was what was going on at the moment. We just, let's just put it out there. And we got so much support, and we got so many comments on different platforms, because people took the video and put it on Facebook, they put it on Instagram, and they just gave us a lot of positive feedback. And we just ask that you do the same with this one right here. Tell us what you like, tell us what you didn't like, tell us what you think we could do to improve, whether it be video quality, sound quality. Did we keep you engaged? If we were, if we was bouncing all over the place. But this ain't scripted. Hey, I want to holler at my brother about woo woo woo, and we just go, So if you want something scripted, go somewhere else. But that's not what we doing here. We just come, we shoot the shit, and we talk about stuff. That's pretty much what we do. But those of you who stay engaged, thank you. We appreciate you. Go tell somebody to watch this video, and y'all stay tuned to the next one. Until then, like I said, y'all stay safe. Look out for one another. Cover your mouth, wash your hands, brush your teeth, all that good stuff. And this is 18 TV with Dr. Tao. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Another one in the books.
Yeah.
Oh, man.